All right, we're going to take a look at new features that have been added to your org at this moment. There's going to be our new file review. So we no longer have legal assistant and attorney file reviews. It's going to be one file review tab that you'll find here in the middle on the left-hand side. Once you have selected that, you'll see that you have a couple things going on. If you see this screen with something already included, but it's scratched out the way you see it here, it means that you previously had a file review in place in your file. However, since we got rid of that initial review, you're still going to see whatever you created, but you will no longer have an option to create a file review like you had before. The new options that you have listed now are the following. You're going to go to File Review Type, and then this drop box is going to appear. So the purpose here is that each individual group will have their own checklist in order to just initially review their file. This is every single person that touches a file from beginning to end of a file. And you also see a couple new features at the bottom that will allow you to not only review this initially, but also go back and review at any given time based on your KPIs. So as you can see here, the first one that we're going to look at is going to be called Investigators. They're going to be the first set of people that actually open up your files and take a look at all of this. So their questions will be listed here individually. These questions are set up so that they're only yes and no questions, and we'll be able to run reports to see if each individual group has actually listed and or filled out the appropriate yes or no questions. At any time, any group can go back to any of these to make sure that they have received their answers on whatever the question may answer. But mainly the actual task will be for each individual group to be in their own individual checklist. So let's take a look at another set of area. Legal team, non-lit attorneys, medical records, litigation team, and then the two areas that I was talking about at the very end are going to be your 30-day review, which will give you a plan of action box for you to type in, and then your lit review for you to have any plan of action that you have here. Now, as you guys may know, in the workers' compensation area, we do have certain tabs that are already designated for other things, such as the litigation tab. So that is why you don't see a lot of action inside of the litigation review, and you don't see anything pertaining to the litigation team as some drastic long list. You'll just see something very defined that says, please go to the litigation tab. All right, guys, let's go ahead and cancel this one so I can show you one more thing. So when I go here and I do Investigators, you're going to just be able to click yes or no, and nothing should populate. Every single question that we need answered is already here. That way, this is the list that you're going to be answering. And the same thing applies for all other teams. Soon we will show you what all of these areas look like, because each team will go into a training in which you'll see what the checklist is. If you have any issues with any of these checklists or are unable to see your past information, please let us know. But just understand that as you create one, that is what actually gets listed there. So for example, if I'm an investigator and I was to click yes or no in certain questions and areas, and I click create, that is going to be the only way that it actually creates this information for me. So as you can see, we had what was previously done when we had the initial review, most likely by an attorney. And now you have the new checklist item, or what we call plan of action, from the investigators, letting you know what is and what isn't. Eventually you're going to have a couple of different ones based on when you receive the file, and this will allow all the team members to maximize on these claims, to be able to see the yes and no answers, and to help you sort it out by whatever it is you need. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out to the FileVine team. And if you have further questions, of course, at any given time, just email filevine@vaderscott.com.